So, Caitlin Clark has had a hell of an off-season. Not gonna lie, she's having a hell of an off-season. And you know what? I'd say with what she did last year, she made the right decision. I thought, you know what? You're gonna get better at playing at basketball and Unrivaled. You're gonna work on your game. But no, she made the right decision, honestly. And if she was an MVP and Unrivaled, people would have had a million different conversations. And look, it seems like it was the smart decision. It really was. And now we are seeing Caitlin Clark doing a whole bunch of stuff. So obviously we saw yesterday her workout. Her workout was incredible. 50 of 54, that is an incredibly tough. That's 93% from three in a workout, which is crazy. And yes, there are other players in the W that could do that. Like obviously Breanna, I think there's a video of her hitting 40 in a row. The likes of Rachel Banham and stuff could probably go and do that, to be honest. Kayla McBride, it wouldn't surprise me, but it still is. You can see her kind of getting her shot back. You really can, because from what I'd heard, even in warm-ups, maybe she wasn't hitting like she was expected to last year. And you'd be like, oh, she's just working on, not deep threes, but it's like, you don't work on deep threes in every workout, especially too early on. You're just working on your form. And the NBA three-point contest is coming up, which she's all but being confirmed to be in. But she is now in a commercial with Payton Manning. She is in a commercial with Payton Manning. So let's take a listen to this.
Steady.
I got this.
I don't think that's right, Payton.
Being a hard.
In fairness, Caitlin Clark's acting is so bad it's funny. Caitlin Clark's acting is so bad it's funny. I'm sorry, any name's Payton. If they do anything wrong again, I don't think that's right, Payton can always be used. But Caitlin Clark's acting, in fairness to her, is so bad it's funny.
I don't think that's right, Payton.
Being a heart surgeon is tough.
I know. The whole cardiac team at Ascension St. Vincent is so skilled.
They can do it all, even the most complex heart surgeries.
How about we leave it to the professionals?
I like that.
So literally, she's there in a commercial for whoever does PR for that Indianapolis Hospital's Major League game. I don't know, why can't the whole WNBA be in the commercial? Of the many things that Caitlin could do, acting isn't one of them. That is the thing for the commercials, where it's you can genuinely be so bad at acting that it can be funny. And she's so bad it's funny. You can't, when you're acting in any of these things, you either have to be a good actor, you can't be mediocre or bad. You have to be either good or so horrendously bad that it's funny. And Caitlin Clark is the latter. But it doesn't really matter. That's a mad thing. They're trying to make, let's not talk about that. Let's see if there's any other comments. That's years fair. But yeah, it is just a mad situation. And she has had, obviously, an incredibly good offseason. And I'd say if you're she's also made so much money. I'd say her fee for that commercial is the guts of $1 million. If you're Caitlin Clark, because Payton Manning's in it. There's no way Payton Manning's cheap either. It's probably the guts of $1 million to get Caitlin Clark, which is obviously it's a lot of money. But that's what I'd say it is, because obviously with these ads when they're being shown, a lot of people, I know a few actors, you either sign when you do these ads, you either sign to get paid royalties every time the ad is shown, or you get paid a lump sum. Most of the time they'll take a lump sum. And if it's one of those ads that's going to constantly be used, maybe she signed royalties and is getting a whole bunch of money every time it's being shown, which would be a decent enough deal as well. But either way, people are saying she turned down $1 million for Unrivaled and that was a bad thing. It's I actually think if Caitlin Clark did what Breanna was doing, would be the worst thing for her brand. Sabrina Ionescu, the game is tonight. Sabrina Ionescu has 24 hours between basically getting finishing the game watching in Paris that she's in Paris for and playing a game. And I've been at these games. These are social events that go on till 3, 4 in the morning. Like, that is how long these games, like these type of things go on for. A lot of these networking events. So, like, she probably is going to be working off whatever sleep she can get on the flight, whatever jet lag she has, and she has to go and play on Saturday or play on Friday, and then he play on Saturday again. And Sabrina's probably going to be garbage. And like, if you're Caitlin, because she had all these other commitments, that's what basically she would have had to have done. She would have had to have done a Sabrina. She would have had to have been effectively like a Unrivaled just being a hobby to her. And I think that would have been a bad look. I really do think that would have been a bad look for someone who takes basketball so seriously, especially with the way the narrative around Caitlin Clark is. I think it would have been a real bad look for her. So, in hindsight, I think it was a incredibly smart decision for her not to have gone in Unrivaled. Because she's doing all these other things. And that being said, like, I don't think it was it's me saying she should never do Unrivaled. I just think for this year specifically, it was a smart decision for her not to do it. Even though initially I thought, it was probably a smart decision for her to do it. So, yeah, it has been a really good off-season. She's got to go to Butler games just for chilling, minus hopefully she's okay with the whole, stalker situation. But obviously that's the most important thing, is that she's okay with that from that. But it's been a good off-season, I'd say, for her. She's getting to work out with her coaches. It's basically a 1-on-4 workout. She basically has got 4 individual skills coaches with her at all times. And in Stephanie White, who was a WNBA level point guard as well, being able to teach her some things. Hopefully some of the working out is on defense. Just hopefully. That's what I would love to see. I would love to see the next thing the Fever post, just Caitlin Clark working on defense. Because if that happens, you're just like, oh dear Lord. If she even becomes a league average defender, they are going to be scared. The Fever are going to be scary, and she's going to be the MVP. Like, if she's so good, she is the best offensive player by a lot. But obviously, if you want to say Fee or AJ are the best player in the world because they're so much better on defense than Caitlin Clark, then that's fair enough, while still being elite on offense. But Caitlin Clark is more points per shot attempted than AJ Wilson, and runs the whole show at the one as well as that. It's crazy what Caitlin Clark does on the floor. But yeah, it's going to be a fun season, I think, and I can see an MVP coming for Caitlin Clark next season. So anyway, that is the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.